When Sean Diddy Combs arrived at the courthouse, he was cool and collected, but that didn't last long because tensions increased when 50 Cent's Detonated, a Netflix documentary that revealed startling accusations against the music mogul gained attention. What transpired was a dramatic series of events in which Diddy's poise broke down in real time as it became hard to conceal his fury. One of the greatest names in hip-hop seldom finds himself in the hot seat, but with 50 Cent constantly raising the ante, it seemed that the tables were finally turning on the legendary producer Jennifer, who invited Puff to collaborate with me. Jennifer, okay, because Jennifer was telling you that he is dope and that you work with him like it's going to happen eventually, MH, and then Puff is calling me down the door, but Puff can't even hear it here. See, I know he couldn't. Puff can't hear a hit. That's kind of crazy. He still hears things from back then. Oh, got you now. Okay, got you. He can't buy it right. He can't buy it. You see what I mean? So if he likes it, then you hear Drake's use it, but it wasn't a hit until Drake put the lines on. He's upset about that because you can't hear it, but he felt like. Knowing the background of 50 Cent and Diddy's conflict is crucial in the courts since their animosity isn't a new occurrence. It dates back over 20 years. In 2006, 50 Cent, whose real name was Curtis Jackson, released a diss track called The Bomb. In it, 50 took aim at Diddy, even implying that the music mogul was somehow involved in the 1997 murder of the infamous Big, one of the most tragic, unsolved cases in hip-hop history. The charges didn't end there, however, as 50 Cent has repeatedly brought up these incidents over the years, often highlighting Diddy's connection to some of the most troubling periods in rap history. Additionally, he has asserted that Diddy continues to profit from Biggie's legacy through posthumous releases and sampling the late rapper's work. These allegations alone were enough to propel Diddy into the public eye for the wrong reasons, but 50 wasn't finished yet. He says things he doesn't even understand, such as fruity because our money isn't being reinvested in our communities and we're begging and scraping and I'm not really one of them. Consequently, if you're __ you understand what I mean when I say that I'm giving the hood all the money, but I'm going to keep a small portion for myself because I enjoy the ball. He says something amazing and he says, yo, no, we know, but me and you, we ain't partying like we need to party. What? I'm a nice guy. Then why do you and hey yo? Why did you get hey yo? I don't have a beat with you. I don't know why he loves me. What are you talking about? When people say that to me, I feel a little uneasy. For example, he mentioned that he once told me at Chris Lighty's wedding that he would take me shopping, and I thought he needed some clothes. What are you just saying? Adding to this decades-long, 50 often makes remarks regarding Diddy's personal life. In a 2018 interview, 50 called Diddy fruity and mentioned an instance in which Diddy had asked him to go shopping. The tension between Diddy and 50 Cent has been a staple of hip-hop culture for years, a rivalry that goes well beyond simple competitive jabs. It escalated from harmless insults to more personal and, at times, questionable actions. One incident that stirred up the community involved a seemingly generous but controversial gesture. Diddy offered 50 Cent some new clothing. On the surface, it seemed like a friendly overture, but 50 Cent and the hip-hop community interpreted it as a subtle dig. Diddy later clarified that he thought 50 could use an upgrade in style, but by then, the damage was done. This explanation did little to calm the waters. In fact, it only fueled more rumors and speculation about the true intent behind Diddy's offer. This gesture is emblematic of the larger, often ambiguous nature of the hip-hop industry, where friendships and rivalries are sometimes difficult to distinguish. For a community that thrives on storytelling, symbolism, and pride, even a small action can spark a firestorm of tension. To some, Diddy's offer was just another twist in a long-standing feud. To others, it was an intentional jab at 50 Cent's image. Hip-hop fans eagerly dissected every detail, feeding the flames of an already complicated dynamic between the two. Diddy and 50 Cent's rivalry has spanned years, with many in the industry and fan base split between viewing it as a playful competition or a genuine feud. In one particularly memorable move, 50 Cent took to social media in 2015 to mock Diddy's vodka brand, Ciroc, repeatedly using the hashtag #NoPuffyJuice to make his disdain clear. The jab wasn't just about promoting different brands, it was a calculated attempt to undermine Diddy's business, dragging their dispute out of the music world and into the commercial arena. It was a move that signaled their issues went far beyond personal dislikes or music preferences. It was a clash over status, business dominance, and public perception. As their back and forth evolved, so did the complexity of their conflict. 50 Cent's No Puffy Juice campaign hinted that he believed Diddy was undeserving of his success, with some suggesting that 50 Cent saw Diddy's business ventures as merely side projects rather than real successes. Diddy, known for his own witty comebacks, responded by focusing on maintaining his success, leaving it up to fans to interpret his silence as either indifference or quiet superiority. The fan community, meanwhile, has not hesitated to weigh in on the rivalry. Every small comment, ambiguous post, or business decision involving the two is scrutinized for hidden meanings and motives. It's as though the hip-hop world has created a parallel narrative around Diddy and 50 Cent's lives, projecting unresolved tensions and conflicts onto what may otherwise be isolated incidents. Some fans have jokingly speculated that Diddy's Christmas tree might symbolize something deeper, or that his personal style choices are all coded messages for 50 Cent. Even discussions around things as mundane as holiday decorations, like whether keeping up a Christmas tree too long has a hidden significance, are tied into the ongoing saga of their rivalry. Their animosity even extended into discussions about unrelated topics like dating, style, and quirky cultural debates. These seemingly random discussions have become woven into the rivalry, with each comment taken as a potential swipe at the other. For example, discussions about whether Crocs could ever be considered cool, or debates about what actually constitutes a sandwich may sound trivial. Still, in the context of Diddy and 50 Cent, they somehow become part of a larger ongoing narrative where fans pick apart each statement, hoping to catch a hint of veiled mockery or one-upmanship. Throughout the years, however, one thing has remained clear: despite their differences, both men have learned to thrive in the chaos of hip-hop's competitive landscape. In some ways, their rivalry is a modern-day legend within the industry, highlighting the blurred lines between personal conflicts and public personas. It has demonstrated how deeply fans, the media, and even the industry itself become invested in the personas of major players like Diddy and 50 Cent. So while their feud may seem absurd at times, it represents a bigger truth about hip-hop in a genre where authenticity is prized and public image is everything. The stakes are high. And for Diddy and 50 Cent, every move, every comment, and every business venture continues to be an unspoken battleground where fans eagerly wait to see who will emerge on top. Alright, let's get back to it. In November 2023, shocking news broke that Diddy's former partner Cassie Ventura had filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of sexual assault and human trafficking. The allegations were unsettling, involving years of alleged abuse and control. Although Diddy quickly reached a settlement with Cassie, the damage to his reputation was done, and the story was far from over. In December, 50 Cent took advantage of the opportunity to announce that his production company, Unit Film and Television, was beginning work on examining these bombshell charges in a documentary. I can't remember why the man shot you 9 times. Was it drugs or something? He was paid to do it? Who would want to shoot you? Why were you singled out? This is my past. It was a drug issue, like a business matter. It's karma. Why was this guy hired to shoot you 9 times? Let me know again. You paid because someone you knew felt that way, and if they continued in that route, I may do something to them. They went, you're tough. In March, 50's audacity continued when he posted a picture on Instagram that seemed to promote a documentary called Did He Do It? This caused even more outrage. Although the creator of the artwork later clarified that the poster wasn't for an actual show, the post sparked a surge of online searches for the project, generating interest and speculation among fans. This left many wondering whether 50 was merely fanning the flames of controversy or hinting at a genuine project in the making. What do you think? The documents that surfaced claimed that the mother of 50 Cent Baby and Young Miami had been paid a monthly fee to work as Diddy's prostitute. I am aware that they made this claim, and Young Miami had previously stated that Diddy was reducing her salary because, based on her history, she was likely earning about $250,000 per month or more. However, if you look at Cassie's pay history, she was paid for 10 years until, I believe, about 2 years ago. $5 million for what they said she was an artist developer or something similar. The RS will then check the money that was sent and see if they were receiving payment for allegedly working as sex workers for them, which is known as sex trafficking. When 50 Cent posted a clip from the documentary in which former Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry made shocking charges against Diddy, the continuing dispute reached a fever pitch. Curry alleged that Diddy would poison women's drinks at gatherings, implying that there was a darker side too. The music mogul, who was unaware of the tape, sparked discussions about Diddy's conduct and way of life once again. Let me tell you a story about 50. He came over to my house after we met at the apartment. I overheard the conversation about these guys wanting him dead, so he asked if I had a vest. I replied that I did and that I had a bulletproof vest because I used to buy from officers and such. He tried the vest on, but it was too big for him. So you get what I mean. The legal situation surrounding Diddy took a dramatic turn as allegations that had previously been disregarded came back under intense scrutiny, largely due to the attention brought on by a Netflix documentary associated with 50 Cent. As word spread about the documentary's revelations, prosecutors and investigators began taking a harder look at the accusations tied to Diddy, allegations that had been circulating in hushed tones within the industry but were now impossible to ignore. The courthouse was alive with activity as the details began to unfold, with Diddy's name now central to a case that examined deeply troubling accusations, including those related to human trafficking and exploitation. What once seemed to be merely rumors or whispers in entertainment circles had morphed into a full-blown legal battle with potential consequences for Diddy's reputation and career. This public spotlight cast shadows over the polished image he had carefully curated over decades, calling into question not just his personal ethics but the industry's broader willingness to overlook misconduct when it comes to powerful figures. At the heart of the case was the alleged mistreatment of individuals who had crossed paths with Diddy during his rise to fame. One witness described how he was given a larger, ill-fitting vest for protection, only to have Diddy himself allegedly swap it for a smaller one, warning him to be on guard. This gesture, seemingly minor, became symbolic of a pattern of behavior that former associates began to recount stories of manipulation, broken promises, and questionable actions that allegedly permeated Diddy's business dealings and personal interactions. As these stories became more public, the pressure mounted on Diddy. He publicly denied the allegations and expressed outrage, asserting that the claims were entirely baseless and harmful. But the more Diddy spoke out, the more divided public opinion became. Some felt his anger was justified, seeing him as a successful entrepreneur targeted by opportunists. Others, however, saw his reaction as an attempt to mask deeper, troubling truths. The atmosphere in the courtroom was tense, filled with media outlets eager to capture every development in what had quickly become one of the most sensationalized legal dramas involving a music mogul. Diddy's defense argued that the allegations were fabrications or exaggerations intended to tear him down. But as more witnesses came forward, the courtroom sessions began revealing inconsistencies in Diddy's past relationships, both professional and personal, that painted a darker picture of his conduct. The case had inadvertently opened up discussions about power dynamics in relationships, especially where there was a significant imbalance in fame, wealth, or influence. These dynamics also called into question the authenticity of friendships within the entertainment industry, where personal bonds can often become blurred by business ambitions. Beyond the courtroom, a philosophical debate emerged about the nature of friendships and relationships in such high-stakes environments. Many people began to question how genuine relationships could be in an industry built on image and reputation. This theme resonated particularly strongly in the hip-hop community, where camaraderie is highly valued but betrayal and rivalry are not uncommon. As Diddy's legal challenges unfolded, the public was reminded that relationships, especially in the entertainment world, are rarely straightforward. The romantic and platonic often blur, especially when personal lives and professional ambitions become entwined. One debate that arose from this case was around Diddy's own beliefs regarding friendship and relationships. He once claimed that genuine friendship should be the foundation of any relationship, expressing that once physical intimacy enters the equation, the dynamics inevitably shift. This sentiment resonated with some, as it pointed to the complex interplay between emotional connection and physical attraction. But critics saw it as potentially hypocritical, given the accounts coming to light that seemed to contradict his publicly expressed values. The public's fascination with the case extended beyond the allegations themselves, touching on broader questions about expectations and intentions in relationships. For instance, some witnesses argued that when individuals in powerful positions enter into relationships, whether romantic or platonic, their partner's expectations often shift. Diddy's case became a lens through which people examined the frequent disconnect between intentions and perceptions, as well as the difficulty of maintaining genuine relationships amid the intense demands of fame. At its core, this legal battle has brought to the forefront uncomfortable truths about the power dynamics within both personal and professional realms. It forced the public to confront the unsettling realities that lie beneath the glamorized world of celebrities and wealth. While the verdict remains uncertain, one thing is clear: this case has fundamentally altered the way people view not only Diddy but also the entertainment industry as a whole. With every new detail, the lines between Diddy's public persona and private actions blur further, leaving the world to ponder the true cost of power, fame, and the often precarious foundations of the relationships forged within it. Some of the more serious allegations from the 1950s, such as the suggestion that Diddy was somehow involved in Tupac Shakur's death, added gasoline to the fire. Despite the fact that authorities have never linked Diddy to the case, 50 has never shied away from maintaining these suspicions in the public consciousness by bringing these historical events to light. 50 Cent made certain that Diddy's story was one of controversy: who pays on a first date, and whose idea it was to go on the date, scandal, and unresolved questions. Clap state: do you think ghosts exist? Yes, they are down that corridor you don't want to walk down. There's a sandwich and a hot dog down there, but I just told you that it's a hot dog and not a sandwich. One positive thing to say about Ja Rule is that he's still alive. Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or Diddy wasn't taking this attack on his reputation lying down. He retaliated both legally and in public by dismissing 50 Cent. You want to pass, you want to pass, you want to pass, yes. I'm going to pass, he's going to pass. Alright. Assertions as absurd. Diddy dismissed 50's charges in a 2016 interview, calling them baseless and casting doubt on his rival's veracity. However, the sheer number of accusations and the public's attention had already caused serious harm. I was thinking, oh no, did 50 Cent die when I watched Eminem's Instagram video? You wrote a rhyme that was so great that it almost made him want to quit rapping for 10 years, he remarked. Did he tell you at the time that he enjoyed it that much? Did someone send him a recording and he heard you? Yes, the attorneys phoned and he told me things like M1 when he called. I said, all right. Not wanting to raise my expectations or get excited, and when I arrived, he said, yeah, this is it. This is the next big thing. I thought, okay, the documentary served a philanthropic purpose in a bold move in addition to being an entertainment spectacle. The ongoing feud between Diddy and 50 Cent reached a new intensity when 50 Cent announced that all profits from his latest documentary would go directly to support victims of sexual abuse. This move was not only a jab at Diddy, but also showcased 50's dedication to a cause larger than their rivalry. Known for his provocations and public disputes, 50 Cent revealed another side of himself, one that genuinely cared about justice and victim advocacy. His commitment ensured the documentary garnered massive media coverage and viewer interest, further increasing the scrutiny and pressure on Diddy. The decision to channel profits toward a meaningful cause was a strategic and moral move that reframed 50 Cent's image in the public eye. While many people had previously seen him as a controversial figure, this act of generosity and empathy allowed fans and critics alike to view him in a different light. The documentary quickly became a must-watch as people were drawn not only by the salacious content about Diddy, but also by the opportunity to contribute to a worthy cause by simply tuning in. The tension between Diddy and the hip-hop community intensified as the documentary circulated, but it wasn't just 50 Cent putting Diddy under the microscope. Eminem had also thrown himself into the fray in a highly publicized manner, taking a jab at Diddy over long-standing rumors related to the death of hip-hop icon Tupac Shakur, in a diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly called Kill Shot. Eminem dropped a line that sent shockwaves through the rap world. With razor-sharp lyrics, he hinted that Diddy had something to do with Tupac's unsolved murder in Las Vegas nearly 27 years ago. Though Eminem ended the verse with a half-hearted assurance, "I'm just playing Diddy, you know I love you, the damage was done," the line became an instant sensation, sparking intense debate among fans and reigniting old suspicions. The insinuation that Diddy could have been involved in Tupac's murder angered and confused many fans. Some questioned Eminem's motives, wondering if he was simply using the rumor for shock value or if he genuinely believed there was truth to it. Others felt that, even as a joke, the line was a deeply provocative accusation to make without evidence. For those who idolized Tupac and still mourned his loss, Eminem's words resurrected painful memories of the unsolved mystery that has haunted the hip-hop community for decades. Diddy's response to Eminem's provocative lyrics was surprisingly restrained. Rather than lashing out publicly, he reportedly called up Joe Budden to discuss the matter in private. According to Joe Budden, Diddy said that he considered the war with Eminem over, claiming that he now held the power to end any lingering tension. However, despite Diddy's calm tone, Joe couldn't help but express concern over the situation, as the allegations leveled by Eminem were no laughing matter. Diddy seemed confident, dismissing Eminem's words as nothing more than a wild attempt at stirring controversy. He assured Budden that the situation with Eminem didn't bother him and that there was nothing left to say on the matter. Still, for fans and observers, Diddy's calm response did little to quell the storm Eminem had ignited. Many were left wondering if there was more beneath the surface, if this feud might continue to unravel in unexpected ways. In the midst of this escalating drama, the broader context of Diddy's troubles grew increasingly complex. The allegations raised in 50 Cent's documentary, Eminem's provocative lyrics, and Diddy's calm public persona seemed to create a vortex of tension and unresolved grievances. Each public exchange fed into a narrative where the lines between real grievances and entertainment blurred, leaving fans captivated and uncertain about what was real and what was merely an elaborate show of bravado. What remains clear is that Diddy is under scrutiny like never before. With public figures like 50 Cent and Eminem turning up the pressure and with fans hanging on every word, Diddy's once impenetrable image has taken serious hits.